There with a government plan, but what about the people caught up in the violent crime which is corroding some communities? Symeon Brown met up with members of Football Beyond Borders in Brixton. That's a charity that uses football to support disadvantaged young people in South London. He's been asking them what they think of the government's plan and the recent focus on social media and stop and search.
What is it kind of like to live in London right now and be a young person?
It's all right, but you have to be careful how you go about your daily life, because you don't want to get involved in what's happening with the drugs and the knife crime, because if you do, it's kind of like a downward spiral from there, because you might lose your life.
You just need to be careful, and you just need to have a strong mindset, and you just need to know where you want to go in life, because it's easy for you to get lost in this culture that's going around, what's happening around.
Today the Home Office actually made a range of proposals, and this follows the Met saying that social media is kind of exacerbating issues, and making an announcement that they want to crack down not only on social media but also kind of criminal gangs selling drugs. I mean, do you think that these proposals will be effective and make these kind of areas much safer?
I think the reason why people mainly go to gangs is because they basically have nowhere else to turn to. There's barely anything youth clubs or places for kids to go to find a different path in life.
Do you think that cracking down on social media would help the authorities to tackle rising violence?
We didn't have social media in 2007, 2008 and 2009. There was still stabbings and gang crime going on between certain areas. We still had those issues. So this whole conversation about censoring music and censoring social media, I don't believe it will be effective.
But so again, we've seen kind of renewed calls for more stop and search to remove knives off the streets. Do you think that stop and search would make your lives safer?
It's not really helping, because you're making people that aren't involved in the crime feel wary because they're being searched when they haven't done anything wrong. And recently I was outside the chicken shop and my friends were on the other side of the road, and the police did stop and come out and search my friends and myself, but we didn't have anything on us. And for the rest of the day we felt wary because we thought we had done something wrong for them to come out of the van to search us, and we hadn't done anything wrong.
What initiatives do you want in place that are going to make areas like this much safer?
Yeah, more opportunities and more youth clubs like Football Beyond Borders, and more places for young people to feel comfortable, and more relatable people for young people to go and seek help from.
And also normalising, making young people understand that mental health is a normal thing. I think a lot of young people shy away from the fact that they're depressed. A lot of young people do get depressed. That's why it's so easy to see a young person go out on the street and stab somebody, because they deal with a lot of mental health. They've seen a lot of stuff at a young age that people should never see, and normalising the fact that mental health is something that happens to even normal everyday people.
You've all spoken about the importance of investment long term, but in the short term, what short-term things can be put in place so that the streets are safe?
When the issue happened in 2007, 8 and 9, it was short-term sort of incentives that were looked at, and then look at this now, 10 years down the line, we're still back, around to square one, where the problem's still happening. So we've got to think to the future. What happens when, the 17, 18-year-olds that are involved now grow up and they have kids on their own, and then they're faced with the same cycle? We've got to break the cycle now.